Hello, my name is Sophia, and I'll be your language learning partner here on Chatcraft English. In this lesson, we'll take simple English sentences and slowly build them into richer, more advanced sentences. By practicing this way, you'll learn how to speak more naturally, more clearly, and with more confidence. Let's begin with something very simple. Imagine you want to say, "I like books." That's a correct sentence, but it's very short. Now, let's make it stronger. Repeat after me. I really like books. By adding the word really, you make your sentence more powerful. You're showing more feeling. Now, let's add a reason. Listen and repeat. I really like books because they take me to new worlds. Can you hear the difference? Instead of a short answer, you now give more information. This makes your English sound fuller, and it helps people understand you better. Let's try another example. The simple version is, I am tired. Now let's make it stronger. I am very tired because I worked late last night. This version tells us how you feel and why. Adding details is a key skill if you want to move from beginner English to more advanced English. Pause for a moment. I'd like you to try this yourself. Think of a short sentence, like I'm hungry or I'm happy. Now add a reason. For example, I'm hungry because I skipped breakfast. I'm happy because I passed my exam. Good job. These small steps build your fluency. Now, let's practice softening your opinion. In English, we often don't speak too directly. For example, instead of saying, "This movie is bad," we might say, "I don't really like this movie." Can you hear how it sounds softer and more polite? Try repeating, "I don't really like this movie." Now compare it with, "I think this movie could have been better." This is another polite way to share your opinion. Softening language helps you sound more natural when speaking with native speakers. Let's do a short role play. Imagine you're with a friend, and they ask, "Do you like this song?" Instead of just saying yes or no, you can answer like this. Yes, I like it because it makes me feel relaxed. Or, not really. I think it's a bit too slow for me. Both answers are polite, clear, and natural. Now, let's practice expressing problems. A simple way might be, "I have a problem." But in conversation, you could say, "I'm having some trouble with my homework," or "I'm finding it difficult to understand this lesson." Notice how these sentences give more detail. They sound natural, and they invite the other person to respond. Try repeating after me. I'm having some trouble with my homework. I'm finding it difficult to understand this lesson. Very good. Here's another important skill, offering solutions. If you only say the problem, the conversation can stop. But if you add a possible solution, you show more advanced English. For example, I'm having some trouble with my homework, but maybe I can ask my teacher for help. I'm finding it difficult to understand this lesson, so I plan to watch the video again. This way, your English is not only clear, but also complete. Now, let's combine everything we've practiced. Listen to this short dialogue. Person A, how are you today? Person B, I'm a little tired because I stayed up late finishing my project. But I'm also excited because I think I did a good job. See how the answer gives more than just I'm tired or I'm fine. It gives detail, reason, and even emotion. This is what makes your English sound natural. I want you to practice now. When someone asks, "How are you?" don't just say I'm fine. Try to give a longer answer. For example, I'm fine, but a little stressed because I have a big test tomorrow. Or, I'm good, and I feel happy today because I met an old friend. Take a moment to think of your own answer. Excellent. Each time you expand your sentence, you're training your brain to think in English. In this first part, we learned how to add feeling words like really or very, Give reasons with because soften opinions politely. Explain problems in detail. Offer solutions to continue the conversation. These are the first steps toward sounding natural and advanced in English. We're going to practice some very useful skills: persuading someone, showing empathy, and agreeing or disagreeing politely. These skills are important because they make your English sound natural in real conversations. Let's begin with persuasion. Persuasion means trying to convince someone politely. Imagine you want to invite a friend to watch a movie with you. A simple way might be, "Let's go to the cinema." But this sounds more like an order. A better way is to make it softer and more friendly. Listen and repeat. "Why don't we go to the cinema? How about going to the cinema this weekend? I think you'll enjoy it. The reviews are great." Do you hear the difference? These sentences don't sound too strong. They sound like an invitation, not a command. Let's try another example. Imagine you want your friend to try a new restaurant. Instead of saying, "Go to this restaurant," you can say, "You should try this restaurant. I think you'll like it." Or, "Maybe we can go together. Their food is delicious. Now it's your turn." Think of something you want to suggest. Maybe a movie, a place to eat, or an activity. Try saying, "Why don't we? How about maybe we can?" Very good. That's how you persuade politely in English. Next, let's practice empathy. Empathy means showing you understand someone's feelings. In English, this is very important. If a friend says, "I failed my exam," you can answer with empathy, "I'm sorry to hear that. That must be difficult for you." Or if someone says, "I got a new job," you can respond, "That's wonderful. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you." Notice how empathy can be for both bad news and good news. It shows you care about the other person. Let's practice. I'll say a situation, and you try to respond with empathy. Situation 1. Your friend says, "I lost my wallet." You can say, "Oh no, that's terrible. I hope you find it." Situation 2. Your friend says, "I just got engaged." You can say, "That's amazing news. Congratulations." Now think of your own situation. Maybe your friend is sick, or maybe your friend got a promotion. Try to respond with empathy. Excellent. This is how you connect with people in English. Now, let's move to agreeing and disagreeing politely. Many learners make the mistake of only saying yes or no. But there are better ways. For agreement, instead of just yes, you can say, "That's true. I agree with you. You're right about that." Try repeating after me. "That's true. I agree with you. You're right about that. Good job." For disagreement, we must be careful. In English, it's polite to disagree softly. Instead of saying "you're wrong," we can say, "I'm not sure I agree. I see your point, but I think that's interesting. But my opinion is a little different." For example, Person A, "This restaurant is the best in town." Person B, "I see your point, but I think another one is better." Or, Person A, "I believe studying alone is best." Person B, "That's interesting, but I learn better in groups." See how polite disagreement still keeps the conversation friendly. Let's role play together. I'll give you a statement, and you try to agree or disagree politely. Statement 1. Online learning is the best way to study English. You can agree. That's true. Online learning gives us many options. Or you can disagree. That's interesting. But I prefer studying with the teachers. Statement 2. Watching movies is better than reading books. You can agree. I agree. Movies are more exciting. Or disagree. I see your point. But I enjoy books more. Now pause for a moment. Think of your own answers. This is how you practice polite discussion in English. Let's combine what we've learned so far in a short dialogue. Person A, Why don't we go to the beach this weekend? Person B, that's a good idea. I agree. Person A, I think we should leave early in the morning. Person B, I see your point. But maybe afternoon is better because I have work in the morning. Person A, okay, that's fine. I understand. This is a natural, polite conversation. Before we finish this part, let's quickly review. In this lesson, you practiced persuading someone politely with, why don't we, how about, and maybe we can, showing empathy with. I'm sorry to hear that, and that's wonderful. Congratulations. Agreeing politely with, that's true, and you're right. Disagreeing politely with, I see your point, but, and that's interesting, but. These are powerful tools to help you sound confident and natural when speaking English. We're going to practice expressing our ideas more clearly, sharing personal experiences, and even trying short debates. Don't worry, we'll take it step by step. Let's start with expressing ideas. When you want to share your opinion, it's good to use simple phrases like these. In my opinion, I believe that. From my point of view, these phrases help you sound confident and organized. For example, in my opinion, learning English every day is the best way to improve. I believe that technology makes our lives easier. From my point of view, traveling is the best way to learn about culture. Now it's your turn. Think about something you believe, maybe about food, school, or hobbies. Start your sentence with, in my opinion, or I believe that. Very good. The more you practice this, the more natural your ideas will sound. Next, let's move to sharing experiences. This is very useful in real conversations. Imagine someone asks you, have you ever traveled abroad? You can answer like this. Yes, I have. I went to Thailand last year. It was beautiful, and I really enjoyed the food. Or if the answer is no, you can still expand. No, I haven't traveled abroad yet, but I'd like to visit Japan someday. See how giving details makes the conversation longer and more interesting. Let's try another question. Have you ever tried cooking a new dish? You could answer, yes, I tried cooking pasta last weekend. It was fun, but it didn't taste perfect. Or, no, I haven't, but I want to try making pizza at home. This way, even a simple yes or no question can turn into a real conversation. Now, let's practice short debates. A debate is when two people have different opinions and talk about them politely. This will help you practice agreement and disagreement in a longer way. Here's an example topic. Is online learning better than classroom learning? Person A. In my opinion, online learning is better because you can study anytime. Person B. That's true. But I believe classroom learning is better because you can ask the teacher questions directly. Person A. I see your point. But online classes are usually cheaper. Person B. That's interesting. But I think the face-to-face interaction in a classroom is more valuable. Notice how they go back and forth. Each person shares their idea, listens to the others, and responds politely. Let's try another debate topic. Is it better to read books or watch movies? Person A. From my point of view, books are better because they help you imagine more. Person B. That's true. But I believe movies are better because they show emotions and expressions. Person A. I see your point. But books improve your vocabulary more. Person B. That's interesting. But movies are easier to understand. This is how you can practice debates in English. It helps you think quickly, speak clearly, and use polite language. Now, I want you to practice on your own. Choose a simple topic, like, is summer better than winter? Is coffee better than tea? Is studying in the morning better than studying at night? Take one side, and then try to imagine the other side. Speak both answers out loud. This is excellent practice for fluency. Let's also practice connecting ideas. When you speak, don't just use short sentences. Use linking words like because, so, but, although, however. For example, I enjoy learning English because it helps me connect with more people. I was tired, so I went to bed early. I like coffee, but I prefer tea in the evening. Although it rained, we still went to the park. I wanted to study. However, I was too busy. Repeat these sentences after me to get used to them. Now, let's combine everything into a role play. Person A, do you prefer coffee or tea? Person B, I prefer tea because it helps me relax. Person A, that's interesting. I like coffee because it gives me energy. Person B, that's true. But sometimes coffee makes me too nervous. Person A, I see your point. Tea is healthier in some ways. This is how you keep a natural flow in conversation. Before we finish this part, let's quickly review what we practiced. Expressing ideas with, in my opinion, and I believe that. Sharing experiences by giving more details, not just yes or no. Practicing short debates politely with, I see your point, but. Using linking words like because, so, but, and although. These skills will help you move from simple sentences to richer, more advanced English. We're going to focus on storytelling, describing emotions, and adding more color to your English with simple examples and metaphors. These skills will help you make your English not only clear, but also interesting. Let's start with storytelling. A story usually answers 3 questions. What happened? When did it happen? And how did you feel? Here's a short example. Last weekend, I went to the park with my friend. We walked for hours, and then we had ice cream. I felt very happy because the weather was perfect. Notice how the story has a beginning, a middle, and a feeling at the end. Now, let's practice together. Think of something simple that happened to you recently. Maybe you cooked dinner, visited a friend, or watched a movie. Try telling it like this. Yesterday, Finally, This structure makes your storytelling clear and easy. Now let's move to describing emotions. Instead of always saying I'm happy or I'm sad, we can use more words to show feelings. For example, I'm excited. This means you're happy and looking forward to something. I'm nervous. This means you're worried or a little afraid about something. I'm proud. This means you feel good about yourself or someone else. I'm frustrated. This means you're annoyed because something is not working. Let's put these into sentences. I'm excited because I'm going on holiday next week. I'm nervous about my exam tomorrow. I'm proud of my friend for winning the competition. I'm frustrated because my internet is too slow. Now repeat them after me. Excellent. Adding emotions makes your English more alive. Let's connect storytelling and emotions. Here's a small story. Yesterday, I missed the bus to school. At first, I was frustrated because I had to wait for the next one. But then, on the bus, I met an old friend, and I was so happy to see her. In the end, it turned into a good day. See how the story moves from frustration to happiness? Emotions make your story more powerful. Next, let's talk about adding color with examples and metaphors. A metaphor is when you compare something to another thing to make your meaning stronger. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. For example, instead of saying, I was very tired, you could say, I was as tired as a bear after a long winter. Or instead of, she is very fast, you can say, she runs like the wind. These comparisons make your English more vivid. Let's practice a few simple metaphors together. He eats like a horse. This means he eats a lot. Time is money. This means time is very valuable. Life is a journey. This means life is full of steps and experiences. Now repeat them after me. Good job. You can also make your stories colorful with examples. For instance, instead of just saying, I like sports, you can say, I like sports, especially football and basketball, because they make me feel energetic. Or instead of, I don't like cold weather, you can say, I don't like cold weather. For example, last winter I couldn't go outside because it was snowing so much. Adding examples helps your listener imagine what you're saying. Now, let's put everything together in a role play. Person A, how was your weekend? Person B, it was great. On Saturday, I met my cousin at a cafe. We talked for 3 hours. I felt so happy because we hadn't seen each other in a long time. Person A, that sounds nice. What about Sunday? Person B, on Sunday, I tried to fix my computer, but it didn't work. I was frustrated. It felt like fighting a losing battle. Did you notice the storytelling? The emotions, and the colorful language. That's exactly what makes English sound natural and interesting. Now I'd like you to practice. Think of a small story from your week, maybe about food, school, or friends. Try to include what happened, when it happened, how you felt, an example or comparison. Take a moment to say it out loud. Excellent. The more you practice storytelling, emotions, and colorful language, the more confident you'll feel in conversations. Before we finish this part, let's review. Storytelling answers what, when, and how you felt. Emotions like excited, nervous, proud, and frustrated add life to your English. Colorful English uses examples and metaphors to make your words more powerful. With these tools, your English will not only be correct, but also full of personality. Now, let's explore some common situations where people often make grammar or expression mistakes. One example is when talking about time. Many learners say, I am here since 2 hours. That is not correct. The right way is, I have been here for 2 hours. Notice the structure of been with for you. Try repeating, I have been here for 2 hours. Another common mistake is with plural and singular forms. For example, some learners say, she have 2 brother. The correct sentence is, she has 2 brothers. Practice with me. She has 2 brothers. When talking about habits, sometimes learners confuse present simple and present continuous. They might say, I am going to school every day. That sounds strange in English. We use present simple for habits. I go to school every day. Repeat, I go to school every day. Let's look at another situation. Imagine you want to ask someone about food. Many learners say, do you like a pizza? But native speakers say, do you like pizza? We don't usually add a when talking about food in general. So, repeat after me. Do you like pizza? Now, let's practice polite requests. Learners sometimes say, I want water. That sounds a little direct. A better way is, can I have some water? Please. Repeat with me. Can I have some water? Please. In daily life, small mistakes can change how natural you sound. For example, many people say, open the light. But in English, we say, turn on the light. Repeat, turn on the light. Another one is, close the TV. The correct way is, turn off the TV. Repeat after me, turn off the TV. Let's also check pronunciation traps. For example, the word vegetable. Many learners try to pronounce all the letters, like vegetable. But in English, we say it shorter, vegetable. Try slowly. Vegetable. Another tricky word is comfortable. Don't say all the syllables. Native speakers say, comfortable. Repeat with me, comfortable. These small corrections can help you sound more natural and confident. Let's practice how to answer questions in a natural way. Sometimes learners answer too short. For example, question, where are you from? Answer, India. That is correct, but it sounds a little too short. A more natural answer is, I'm from India. Repeat, I'm from India. Another example, question, what do you do? Some learners answer only, student. Better answer, I'm a student. Repeat, I'm a student. Now, let's practice making your sentences a little longer. For example, I'm a student. I study computer science. This way, you give more informations, and it sounds more like natural conversation. Let's look at yes-no questions. Many learners only answer with yes or no. Example, do you like coffee? Learner, yes. Better, yes. I like coffee. Or, yes, I like coffee, especially in the morning. Here is another one. Do you play football? Instead of saying only no, you can say, no, I don't play football, but I like watching it. This way, your answer becomes longer, more interesting, and you sound more confident. Now, let's practice with what questions. What's your favorite food? Instead of just pizza, say, my favorite food is pizza. Or, my favorite food is pizza because it's delicious and easy to eat. Let's try with how questions. How are you? Many learners only answer, fine. But it's more natural to say, I'm fine. Thank you. How about you? Repeat with me. I'm fine. Thank you. How about you? Adding, how about you? Shows you care about the other persons, and it makes the conversation continue. Now, let's look at where questions. Where do you live? Instead of just saying, London, say, I live in London, or I live in London, near the city center. These small changes make your speaking smoother and more natural. Now, let's practice a real conversation. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Conversation 1. Meeting someone new. A. Hi. What's your name? B. My name is Anna. What's your name? A. I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you. B. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? A. I'm from Brazil. How about you? B. I'm from Thailand. Notice how the answers are complete sentences. Not just Brazil, but I'm from Brazil. This makes the conversation sound more natural. Let's practice again. I will ask the question, and you answer, what's your name? Good. Where are you from? Excellent. Now, let's practice conversation 2. Talking about daily life. What do you usually do on weekends? B. On weekends, I usually meet my friends and play football. What about you? I usually stay at home and watch movies. B. Oh, that sounds nice. Notice 2 things. First, the answer is not just football or movies. It's a full sentence. I usually stay at home and watch movies. Second, the phrase, what about you, keeps the conversation going. Now, let's try. Answer this question. What do you usually do on weekends? I'm very good. Conversation 3. At a cafe. A. Excuse me. Can I see the menu? Please. B. Sure. Here you go. A. Thank you. I'd like a cup of tea and a sandwich. Please. B. No problem. Anything else? A. No. That's all. Thank you. B. You're welcome. Here you practice polite English. Can I see the menu? Please. And I'd like, instead of only saying tea, now repeat after me. Can I see the menu? Please. I'd like a cup of tea and a sandwich. Please. Good job. Conversation 4. Asking for directions. A. Excuse me. How can I get to the train station? B. Go straight. Then turn left. The station is on the right. A. Thank you very much. B. You're welcome. This is short, but very useful. Remember to start politely with, "Excuse me." Now practice. Ask me where the train station is. Good. In every conversation, the secret is give a complete answer, add a little detail, and ask back. That makes your English more natural and friendly. Let's practice more real-life conversations. Conversation 5. Shopping. Excuse me. How much is this t-shirt? B. It's $15. A. Okay. Can I try it on? B. Sure. The fitting room is over there. A. Thank you. I'll take it. B. Great. Do you want to pay by cash or card? A. By card. Please. This is a common situation. Notice the polite phrases. Excuse me. How much is this? Can I try it on? I'll take it. Repeat them after me. Conversation 6. Traveling. A. Hi. I'd like to book a ticket to New York. B. One way or round trip. A. Round trip. Please. B. When would you like to leave? A. Next Friday. B. Okay. And when will you return? A. The following Monday. B. Perfect. That will be $200. Here you practice useful travel English. I'd like to book a ticket. One way or round trip. Next Friday. These phrases will help you in airports, bus stations, and train stations. Now repeat. I'd like to book a ticket to New York. Good. Conversation 7. Ordering food at a restaurant. A. Good evening. Do you have a table for 2? B. Yes. This way. Please. A. Thank you. Can I see the menu? B. Of course. Here it is. A. I'd like the chicken with rice and a glass of water. Please. B. No problem. Anything else? A. That's all. Thank you. Notice how polite English often uses can I and I'd like. Repeat. I'd like the chicken with rice. Conversation 8. On the phone. A. Hello? May I speak to Sarah? Please. B. Speaking. A. Hi, Sarah. This is John. How are you? B. I'm fine. Thanks. How about you? A. I'm good. I just wanted to ask about the meeting tomorrow. B. Sure. The meeting starts at 10 a.m. Me. In the office? A. Great. Thank you. See you tomorrow. B. See you. Here you learn 2 very useful phrases for phone calls. May I speak to? This is repeat. Hello? May I speak to Sarah? Please repeat. Hi, this is John. These conversations show you how to handle everyday situations. The key is practice. Don't just listen, say the sentences aloud. The more you repeat, the more natural you will sound. Now, let's practice conversations that use opinions and feelings. Conversation 9. Talking about movies. A. Have you seen the new movie on Netflix? B. Yes. I watched it last night. A. What did you think of it? B. I thought it was really good. The story was exciting. A. Really? I didn't like it very much. I think it was too long. B. That's true. It was a little long, but I enjoyed the acting. A. Yes. The acting was excellent. Here you see how to agree and disagree politely. Phrases you can use. I thought it was really good. I didn't like it very much. That's true. But yes, the acting was excellent. Repeat after me. I didn't like it very much. Now, that's true. But I enjoyed the acting. Conversation 10. Talking about hobbies. A. What do you like to do in your free time? B. I enjoy reading books. A. Oh. Really? What kind of books do you like? B. I like novels and history books. What about you? A. I usually play the guitar in my free time. B. That's interesting. How long have you played the guitar? A. About 5 years. Notice how the conversation continues with questions. What kind of books? How long? This makes the talk more interesting. Conversation 11. Expressing feelings. A. How was your day today? B. It was great. I finally finished my project. A. That's wonderful. You must be happy. B. Yes. I feel very relaxed now. How about your day? A. Honestly, I was a little stressed. I had too much work. B. I understand. Work can be stressful sometimes. Useful phrases here are: it was great. That's wonderful. Honestly, I was a little stressed. I understand. These words help you sound more natural and show empathy. Conversation 12. Discussing plans. E. What are you doing this weekend? B. I'm going to visit my grandparents. A. That sounds nice. Where do they live? B. They live in a small town near the mountains. Wow. Do you go there often? B. Not very often. Maybe 3 or 4 times a year. A. I see. Have a good trip. B. Thanks. Key sentences. I'm going to visit my grandparents. That sounds nice. Have a good trip. Repeat after me. That sounds nice. Good. When you practice these conversations, always try to give full answers, add a detail, and ask a follow-up question. This is how native speakers keep a conversation alive. Now, let's practice more advanced conversations. Conversation 13. Giving advice. A. I feel very tired these days. B. Maybe you should sleep earlier. A. Yes, you're right. I usually go to bed very late. B. Try going to bed before 11. It will help you. A. Good idea. I'll try that. Useful advice phrases are: maybe you should. Try. It will help you. Repeat. Maybe you should sleep earlier. Conversation 14. Talking about opinions. A. Do you think learning English is difficult? B. I don't think it's very difficult, but it takes time. A. Yes, that's true. You need to practice every day. B. Exactly. If you practice a little every day, you will improve. Key phrases. I don't think it's very difficult. That's true. Exactly. These are simple but powerful ways to express your opinion. Conversation 15. Talking about the future. A. What do you want to do in the future? B. I want to be a teacher. A. That's great. Why do you want to be a teacher? B. Because I like helping people learn. A. That's a wonderful reason. Practice these sentences. I want to be a teacher. That's a wonderful reason. Conversation 16. Short storytelling. A. How was your weekend? B. It was amazing. On Saturday, I went to the beach with my friends. We played volleyball, swam in the sea, and ate seafood. On Sunday, I stayed home and rested. That sounds like a perfect weekend. Notice how the story uses time words. On Saturday. On Sunday. This makes the story clear and easy to follow. Now practice. Tell a short story about your weekend. Start with, on Saturday, on Sunday. Conversation 17. Motivational talk. A. Sometimes I feel nervous when I speak English. B. Don't worry. That's normal. Everyone makes mistakes. A. But I feel shy. B. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you speak, the better you will become. A. Thank you. That makes me feel better. B. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Key motivational phrases. Don't worry. That's normal. Practice makes perfect. Believe in yourself. Repeat them with me. This is the power of English. It helps you connect, share, and grow. The more you practice these conversations, the more natural and confident you will become.